You can be at home. You can go to a computer when you need to talk to somebody. But for the rest of the time, you can relax. Times are certainly stressful during quarantine, but there are some people whose mental health is actually doing better. Maybe there's something we can learn from these folks. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh for Local Now. Now, I have a PhD in clinical psychology, but I don't have a practice. I teach at university. However, a friend of mine, Dr. Eva Ritvo in Miami, was recently talking to me, and she said she was surprised to notice that many of her patients were actually doing better during the pandemic. It made the two of us brainstorm for a little while about which kinds of personalities and which kinds of people are doing better now. And are there things that we can learn from some of them? All right, let's begin. The patients that Dr. Ritvo was referring to tend to be people who run constantly with high anxiety. In other words, their natural set point is the end of the world is near. And the fact that nobody is giving them empathy for their feelings makes them feel alienated and unheard. However, when everyone around them shares the same anxiety, guess what? High anxiety people often feel a little bit better. Kind of in a I told you so way, but also now you can feel me and understand what I'm going through, right? They're getting more empathy and compassion because everybody's in the same boat. Because I specialize in human attachment, the first thing that came to mind for me were babies and small children, especially small children whose parents are forced to work very long hours outside of the house, and they may be in childcare situations where they don't have enough adults to go around. Because what kids need is a healthy, close attachment with their parents. So even though parents are frustrated and it's hard, and if you're trying to homeschool and keep them entertained while you're doing your own work from home, I know it's stressful, but your kids are really going to develop in a more healthful way because of that secure attachment that they're building. Then I thought about my own daughter, my teenage daughter who lives in my house and has always been a night owl. Even when she was a baby, that kid was up all night and she would sleep all day. I could never get her sleep adjusted. And indeed, there are some people whose circadian rhythms are just that. They tend to be night owls. Often they are the creative people, the artists and the musicians. They have a really difficult time adapting to our 9-to-5 world. And so finally for them, they're getting adequate sleep. They're getting to work during the hours when they actually are more productive for their brain. And so they're feeling happier and better. And finally, the introverts. Bless you guys, having to come out of your shell constantly to go into workplaces and talk to people when you don't want to talk and go to social situations that are exhausting for you. Now you can relax. You can be at home. You can go to a computer when you need to talk to somebody. But for the rest of the time, you can relax. So what can we learn from these people? Obviously, staying in a state of high anxiety is generally not good for your health, but hopefully we can have now more empathy and compassion for our friends and family members who do feel fear and anxiety on a regular basis. And we can learn from those small kids. Staying connected with people you love is a cornerstone of mental health. So I really encourage you to grow your relationships, if not in person because of quarantine, at least grow them through telephone calls and Zoom, and find ways to connect with others because relationships are the most important piece to our mental health. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh for Local Now. You can follow me anywhere on my social media, which is @Dr. Wendy Walsh. We'll see you next time.